Hey traders, welcome back once again to this week's Live Room Weekend Review. As always, I'm your host, Akil Stokes. Want to get into some stuff that happened in the live room first, then we'll talk about some big stuff that's been happening in the syndicate, and of course I'll show you, one of the videos I recorded during the week and get you out of here pretty quick this week. But first of all, I want to start with Friday. Uh, Had a pretty good trade Friday. Now, we all know Friday is the non-farm payroll, so AKA the fireworks show. So we're really cautious about how we trade the market. And, I have a rule in that says I'm not trading the market prior to the non-farms, and I'm waiting at least 15 minutes after for everything to calm down before trading. So that's what we did in the room. You can see the market. Just looking at Dollar Canada here, this is the one opportunity we did get. Market spiked down, non-farms went crazy, as always. But after everything calmed down, about half an hour later, we managed to find a pretty good trading opportunity down here. And using a combination of our DSR levels and just our normal CTS combined technical score trading system, found a nice little pattern, caught Canada down here, rode it up to our Fibonacci slash DSR level for a pretty good trade. Not a lot of pips, but a pretty good trade. Now that was pretty much one of the only highlights in the week from the live room. Again, it was really rough. I think Wednesday or Thursday, we went 0 for 4. And although we did that, there's always positive. And the positive that I can take out of that is that we really got a chance to see the down days in the live room. A lot of the times, we've been pretty successful. We're about 89% up for the year right now, maybe a little less. So we almost doubled our money. So a lot of traders coming in, they come in with the mindset and come in making the conclusion that all we do is win. We just roll over winners. Oh, every trade Akil calls is going to win because he's made this much profit in the live room, and that's not the case. This is a real live room, and as you trade for a long time, you come to notice that trading is about an equity curve. It's not about you just winning, going straight up. It's about wins, loss, and if I can load this up, I actually load up my equity curve for the live room as well. But it was cool to see some losses in the live room and talk to the traders about how to deal with that. And I hear a lot of people out there that have a bunch of what I think are stupid rules for losses, and I'll get into that in the live room write up if you haven't read it already. But the key is you just got to keep trading. You can't say, oh, I took 2 losses in a row, I'm going to stop for the day. Because you know what's going to happen. You're going to miss that third trade. You're not going to take it because you're going to be scared that it's going to lose. And that's going to be the big winner that's going to make up for maybe both of those losses or even put you into profit. And a lot of traders get mentally psyched out and they miss that, and then they miss the winner, and that just it adds to the depression, and it just bad for trading. You got to be a professional about it and accept losses. Losses shouldn't equal pain. Pain should equal, did I follow my rules? Pleasure, or pain should equal, if I didn't follow my rules. Pleasure should equal, if I did follow my rules. And that's all that should matter. Trust yourself, trust your system, trust your rules, and if you follow it, you'll be profitable. Now, just touch on the equity curve real quick. And again, just looking, this is how equity curve should be. It goes up, comes back down, goes up, retraces a little bit, and we keep this for each month. You can see even November, which was a good month, equity curve started off a little choppy, took a little drawdown, came up higher high, retested, came up, came down a little bit, retesting, just like the markets, spiked back up. October, you can see the same thing, a little more smoother in October. But you're never going to see it go straight up. That's the point I'm trying to make. But anyway, syndicate was good. Let me quickly take you through some of the highlights of the syndicate. You can see on euro pound right here. We've been analyzing this for the last couple months in the syndicate, and we've been milking the market, making an absolute killing. But recently we had a cipher pattern here in red, as well as a bat pattern here in green, complete. No matter which one you took, you should have had at least target ones hit. So congratulations on that. If we go to Aussie dollar 60-minute, beginning of the week, pointed this out. You can see we had a nice bat pattern / cipher pattern here as well, completing up, testing our X leg, but not breaking it. And again, smart traders, we have our stops safely above there, coming down, giving us a first target winner on that. We've got Euro Yen, which you guys saw this past week in the pink tie video where we talked about trading it at this green point. Well, traded it back up to this green point. Some of you may have got filled in this butterfly for back down. I personally didn't, but I did catch the trend continuation on the way up. You can see that made out pretty well. Euro dollar was very similar. Euro dollar is very similar. We had a small cipher pattern right here. Form. Maybe easier to see on the 15-minute chart. And CAD Swiss was our big one. And I meant to mention this last week. But CAD Swiss was pretty cool because I made a double trade call about 2 weeks ago. It was called Small Bat, Big Bat. And if you have a chance to go back and watch it, if you're a syndicate member. But we had a small bat pattern right here. If I get rid of these blue lines, we bounced off that mark, came back up, hit target 1, got stopped out for break even on trail stops, came down, hit the entry for the bigger bat pattern, and well, about 200 pips later, that's where we're at. So a pretty cool pattern on that. So although live room was kind of rough to start off December, syndicate was good. And again, it's all about balance, especially if you're a day trader and a swing trader. So I'll go in and show you one of the recorded sessions from this week's live room. And I'll see you next week, traders. Take care. Hey traders, just wrapped up Wednesday's session. It was very similar to Tuesday. Yesterday we had a lot of trades filled, but market pretty much mellowed out, didn't really go anywhere. Today we had a lot of trades on deck. As you can see, some of them still not really going anywhere. Euro dollar was a trade based off a syndicate video I did earlier. It's about, it's basically break even, you might as well call it. Same with New Zealand dollar. This is more of a 60-minute trade, 15-minute chart trade, and just have a far's way to go until profits are hit. About 30, 40 more pips on here. So just hanging out. We did have some opportunities that happened right as the live room closed, so I didn't take them. We're looking on a cipher pattern here on pound yen. Also looking at a cipher pattern on euro yen. But the star of the day had to be the pound yen range bar. And I'll show you what happened. I actually made a pretty bad, not a pretty bad trading mistake, but I did make a trading mistake that ended up, happening in my favor, and I'll explain it all. First, we're looking at a 3 drives pattern down here, and we did some Fibonacci matrix stuff as well. Won't get into that, just try and keep this video short. But we had a 3 drives pattern. 1 drive, 2 drives, 3 drives coming down here. This DSR level didn't exist when we first took the trade, but we did have an even handle, and again, we had a grouping of Fibonacci points down here. We traded this up at the double bottom. RSI divergence, and what I was looking for was target 1s right around here. If I can bring in, if I remember where they were at. Yeah, target 1s right around 30.20, 32.20. And I was shooting for target 2s up, and you see the market's heading that direction right now. Shooting for target 2s up around, right around here, around 32.55, 32.56, somewhere around there. Well, what happened was, when I took my first targets off, I accidentally took out my full position instead of half. Usually I'll take half off at target 1, second half off at target 2. So I took the whole thing off, which is not the worst mistake in the world, because I did make, profit, just doubled my profit from target 1. But again, expecting the market to continue up where it's going right now, it meant I'm going to miss out on the rest of this potential profit if we get up there. So it was pretty, not frustrated, but a little upset that that happened. Fortunately, right after that occurred, we had something else set up. We had a cipher pattern, X to A to B, B to C, and our C to D completion right here. So what did I do? Well, I was already out of the trade. I told traders in the room, you're better off sticking to your first trade and holding that out, stops to break even, holding that out to see if it gets advanced targets. But I took the cipher pattern trade right here. You can see we retraced down. I got target 1 hit again, which made me feel a little bit better about myself. Obviously, again, I still got to write it down in my notebook. Every time I make a mistake, got to write it down. When did I do it? What did I do? How can I avoid doing it again? Now, that's one of the main reasons I got to the level I am right now in my trading is being very I don't even know the word, but knowing my mistakes and trying really hard to limit them. But market did bless me a little bit. Did get the opportunity to take the cipher pattern and was able to get some profit down. So that was pretty cool. So a trading mistake turned into something positive. Now, with that being said, still doesn't make up for the mistake. So overall, a good day. We had one loser earlier. I had two winners on this. We have two trades still in progress. Syndicate had a big winner a few minutes ago, which was pretty cool to see. And we'll see how the rest of the week treats us.